Hello, my name is Kleinen and welcome back to another video. My Dreadbear stuff finally got here. All of it. Not all of it. All the plushies have. The action figures, I only have 3 of, the 5 so far. But the other 2 are on the way, which are Grim Foxy and, what's his name? Captain Foxy. They're on the way. I have Dreadbear, I have Jacobani, and I have Glitch Trap. I'm not gonna review them. I'll do the video on the action figures once I have them all. I'll do a big review, but I felt like both the action figures and all the plushies were sorry. My original plan was to do a video reviewing all the plushies and all the action figures in one big video, but I felt like that was too much data to cover in one video. So for this video, we just have all the plushies from the Dreadbear line, and then next video, whenever those arrive, I will do a video on, where am I going with this? On the action figures. Anyway, let's get started. I do have every single plushie here, including Pirate Foxy, one that just, the one that's at Walmart. These were all shipped from Amazon, aside from one, which, actually, funny story. Dreadbear, okay, I might as well just show them all. I was gonna wait till I review them. Dreadbear came from Amazon. Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy, I got at Hot Topic, and I canceled the order on Amazon because they were taking so long on Amazon to get here. And then Foxy, I just got today at Walmart. He wasn't even in the right spot. Like, the box was in a completely different area because they were in the middle of restocking when I saw him. And there were only 3 of him left, too. So, even while they were restocking, a lot of people were still buying them out. Anyway, let's get this started with the main man, Dreadbear, my personal favorites of the line. Spoiler alert for when the video comes out. The action figure 2 is my favorite one. I've always just really liked Dreadbear anyway. When they first announced him, I thought he was really cool. He had a really cool design, really cool idea. And I think they did well with this. It's probably one of the better plushies that Funko have made in recent years. There are a few complaints, like these right here. They're supposed to be like the little screws that go in the neck, but they don't really look like that. And while they do add a little bit, I feel like it kind of would have been better if they weren't there. Something I can really say that I'm happy about is there's no printed on color. And while the eyes are sewn in, it actually does work with Dreadbear because his eyes do kind of go inward instead of outward. And also with the way Dreadbear is, how his eyebrows go over his eyes, that would have been really hard to do if they did the poofy eyes like they normally do. So I actually think that the sewn in eyes are better here. Same with, like, for example, what was it? Toy Chica, when she had the sewn in eyes. It worked really well for her, and it works really well for Dreadbear. They haven't done the poofy eyes in a long time, aside from some of the restocked ones and some of the redesigns, like the spring colorways. None of these ones have poofy eyes. Or at least the OG poofy eyes. Foxy kind of has ones that stick out a little bit, but they're not, the original pop-out eyes that they used to have. I really like the color. I really feel like it matches Dreadbear well. It doesn't look really off. On the camera, it does look a little weird, but in real life, it doesn't look very off at all. And it really looks like Dreadbear's natural color in game. Same with his eyes. That light color of yellow, it really works well. His teeth are a little off. To some degree, I feel like they could have put a line through his teeth so that it looked like he has actual teeth. But on that same token, that might have looked a little bit weird if they went through with that. Because then his teeth would have looked the same as Springtrap's does. And I think the way they did these teeth are fine. You know, they could have done no teeth at all, really. But I think Dreadbear's big, you know, like, monotone facial expression with his mouth like that, I do feel like that's an important enough design to feel like you should include into the plushie. And overall, it just looks really good, and I feel like if, like, Curse of Dreadbear was a real attraction that you could go to, this is 100% what a real plushie would look like from that event. Because in the game's canon, like, it's supposed to be an event that you can go to, like the corn maze, and the trick-or-treating, and the baby dolls, and all that. So if that was really a real event in real life, I said real 3 times in one sentence, I feel like this is really what an official plush of Dreadbear would look like there, and it looks really good. This is my favorite one of the line, and it might be one of my new favorites plushes from Funko, I don't know yet. Up next, let's go to Grim Foxy, and give me a minute while I grab something else. Alright, now, you're probably wondering what I went to go grab, and what I went to go grab was Twisted Foxy, because if you look at Twisted Foxy and you look at Grim Foxy, there are quite a few similarities. Something I don't like about Funko, and something that I've never liked, is the way these mouths are. The way they stick them to the bottom of the lip to make them look more open. Funko could just make an open mouth without sewing it to the neck, because it just doesn't really look right. I do like the hook on this, and it makes me wonder why they didn't do it sooner, and also why, I'll get to it later, but also why they put it on. I have a lot of complaints with Captain Foxy, but we'll get to it in a minute, but, like, why didn't they do it with Grim Foxy? Because he has his hook base, but he doesn't have a hook, and for a second I understood it, because, on this one, they really want to give the hook, because Grim Foxy has a massive hook, but then they went and put it on Captain Foxy, which doesn't really line up. The withering on this is a little off. The endoskeleton doesn't really make any sense. As Funko normally does, they normally just do one through the middle. Another thing with this one, there's a lot of printed on color. Dreadbear was almost entirely, no, Dreadbear is entirely sewn on detail. Except for one spot on his leg, but you can barely see, yeah, you can't even see it on camera. You can barely see the stitching on it. Dreadbear is one of my favorites because he's entirely sewn. There's no printed on color except for one tiny spot on his leg, which you can't even see. While Foxy here, almost his entire body is printed on color. And you guys know, if you've been on the channel for a little bit, you know, I'm not a big fan of the printed on color. The colors themselves, like the color, they do look relatively fine. I do think it's a little confusing with the way the withering on the body and the head, just how it all kind of is. If I did have to pick a least favorite from this line, it's probably this one, just because he looks so weird and off, and he doesn't really look like Grim Foxy a lot. I don't like the action figure too much either. But especially this one, it's just, mine's also crooked, if you haven't noticed. I also feel like they should have put teeth on the top here, instead of only the bottom, like in there. They should have put teeth also on the top. But yeah, I don't know. He's good. He's alright. He's not the worst plushie Funko's ever made, but he just does look a little bit weird. I don't think he looks like Grim Foxy a lot. Ever since I first saw the release of this, I thought something about him looks weird and off. So, you know. But anyway, that's Grim Foxy. Not much to say about him. He is still a good plushie, but just kind of not as great as the others in this line. Next up, we have Jacko Bonnie, which I think he's pretty cool. He also has a similar base to Twisted Bonnie, except his jaw isn't, like, separated down here. That's one of the only differences. I like this one a lot more than Grim Foxy. I really like his eye, how it's missing. But it does look a little weird, because I feel like if this is supposed to be bleeding into the same inside as this, I feel like this right here should be the same color as the rest of it. Again, a lot of printed on color, but, the yellow on yellow, doesn't really go under it, so it doesn't really affect it that much. All the Jackos have a lot of printed on color. In fact, all of them have a lot of printed on color besides Dreadbear, which, again, is one of the reasons why Dreadbear is my favorite. The ears, I feel like, are a little bit too close together. They could be a little bit more far apart. Say if they were like that would be great. I don't know how Funko would get them to sit like that, but I just feel like they're a little bit too close together. They feel kind of cluttered on his head. They probably could have moved him over to the side right here, and that would have looked a lot better. His mouth is sewed the same way as Foxy's, but he pulls it off a lot better than Foxy does, because Foxy looks really weird with that kind of, oh, sorry. I just got a message on my phone, and I thought my phone stopped recording due to storage. It didn't. But yeah, Bonnie actually pulls off this kind of mouth relatively well, and I can see how it goes for, but Foxy just has too long of a snout, and it doesn't just bleed into his neck, it goes into his body, and it just looks really weird, and Foxy doesn't pull it off, but I really think Bonnie does pull it off good enough to make it work. Again, the Withering is kind of the same as Twisted Foxy, but again, I feel like it works better on Bonnie than it does on Foxy, and overall, I just like this one better than I like all of them better than Foxy anyway. But this one's just he's a lot better. Again, he's not my favorite in the line. Some of the Withering is still confusing, but Funko's pretty consistent with this one endoskeleton down the middle, so at least they're consistent with something. My one complaint, though, is that the fact that you can see this in the front, but you can't in the back. And Foxy has this same kind of thing. See it in the front, not in the back. Dreadbear doesn't have Withering in his back. I thought he did. But yeah. Jacko Bonnie, pretty cool. My favorite in the line? No. Pretty cool? Yeah. I have to... And the reason why I didn't bring out Twisted Bonnie, to compare it to Jacko Bonnie is because I don't have Twisted Bonnie. The only Twisted plush that I ever bought was Twisted Foxy. And I wish I bought some more of them, but I never did. Alright, let's move on to maybe the best Chica plushie. Besides maybe Toy Chica, but honestly, I like this one better. Maybe the best Chica plushie, in my opinion, to come out of Funko, Jacko Chica. She looks great, and when you compare this to the original Chica plush that came out with Wave 1, it is such an improvement. Mine is a little wonky in the head, but I think that's just mine, so I'm not going to count it towards anything. This really has me hoping that they're going to make a Nightmare Chica plushie, because when they made all the Nightmare plushies originally, they made Foxy, Bonnie, and Freddy. They did not make Chica. And that's because Chica just didn't really sell that well. So they didn't want to sell, they didn't want to even make a Nightmare Chica plushie. But then when a lot of people were talking about it, that's probably why they made a Jacko Chica plushie. Because there's a lot of other characters in Curse of Dreadbear that you could use. You could even use like Mangle if you really wanted to. They could have made a crazy Mangle plush. That would have been really cool, actually. But yeah, the teeth are printed on, but again, it's not too distracting, and I think the teeth look really good on this. Funko's never done teeth like that before. The only thing is she looks good looking down, but the second she looks up, this looks really weird. I mean, it works. I understand why they did it, but I feel like if the teeth came out of her face with the beak and they went around here with the teeth, that would have looked a lot better. Because from the front, she looks great, but from like any other angle, she doesn't really look that great. It looks like she has a big nose, and then she has Dreadbear teeth from here. That's what it looks like. The thing at the top, again, is just kind of they've always been pretty consistent with the way they do that. But I really wish that, on a Funko plushie, we could see that this be an actual 3D thing, instead of just like a flat piece of fabric. Because on Foxy, I really wanted 3 tufts of fur that were actually full and stuffed. But instead, we kind of just get, you know, this. But, you know, it's really good. And this is my favorite Chica plushie to ever come out of FNAF. I really like the feet. The Withering on this one is a little... It's not a little, actually. It's a lot more understandable than on the other Jackos, I guess. Grim Foxy, you probably wouldn't call it a Jacko, but when I first saw Grim Foxy, I swear to God, I thought he was just Jacko Foxy. That's why I thought he was, because he kind of looks like it, doesn't he? He looks like, because you have Jacko Bonnie, Jacko Chica. I figured that was going to be Jacko Foxy, right? And then instead of Dreadbear, I figured, I love Dreadbear way more than I probably would have liked a Jacko Freddy, but I was expecting Jacko Freddy, and then we got Dreadbear. So, you know, it was kind of weird the way Scott did the FNAF update, because he didn't really change Nightmare Freddy or Nightmare Foxy. Oh, wait, no. He did Nightmare Mangle, that's right. I forgot about that. But because he did Nightmare Mangle, there was no Jacko Foxy. And I don't remember if he did anything for Freddy, Nightmare Freddy, and FNAF 4 for the Halloween update, but I don't think he did. I don't think it was until Dreadbear that he actually came out with that. But this is really cool. This is my favorite Chica plush to ever come out of Funko. It's great. I like it even more than the Toy Chica plush, which, you know, says something. Alright, now we're on to our last one, and, I don't know. I don't know what to say about him. He's special. Captain Foxy. Now, the thing I don't understand with this is that Actually, let me grab another thing to show you what I'm talking about. As most of you hardcore FNAF fans, I'm guessing already know, if you look at Captain Foxy and you look at normal Foxy, you'll notice that Captain Foxy is really just regular Foxy in a pirate outfit. Nothing has changed about the body at all. He looks completely the same as normal Foxy, except for the fact that he has a pirate hat and a shirt on. So then, why tell me, does the normal Foxy plush look like this, which is amazing, and why does Captain Foxy look like this? Good. This is the restocked one, by the way. I do have my original Foxy plush from 2016, but he's buried, and this one was right out on the open, so, you know, I grabbed him instead of my other one. But yeah, what I really wish they did was that they took this plush, they gave him a little coat, they gave him a pirate hat, what's his name? Captain Foxy also had a parrot. Give him a parrot. That's all you needed to do. Add a hook if you want to, but give him a little coat, give him a hat, and they're done. And I think the reason why these ones, the original line is so good, is because they had in-game references to go off of what they thought that the plushies would look like. Because in the game of FNAF, the plushies are meant to look like if you go to Freddy Fazbear's and you're going to buy a stuffed animal of the... Excuse me, COVID. Anyway, I don't actually have COVID. But the idea is that you go into Freddy Fazbear's and you really like Foxy, right? They're not going to sell a version of Foxy where he has his big scary hook and his freaking metal feet from the wear and all that. They're not going to sell you that. They're going to sell you this cute little thing because it's what Foxy was intended to look like, at least in plush form. I don't know why this is hanging down. But instead, they went with this, which I don't like. And also, Captain Foxy still has a golden tooth. Alright, so why does Foxy have a gold tooth? Right, but Captain Foxy has two just normal teeth. See, that's the thing that I don't really get. Because if they were making... What I really wish they did with this was they took normal Foxy, gave him a coat, gave him a pirate hat, and said it was done. I would have loved that. That would have been the right way to go with this. But instead they took the, it looks like the Rockstar Foxy base, and they gave him this creepy eye, which I don't like. It actually looks really, it looks like it's staring into my soul. Look into his eye on camera. Dude, don't you feel like he's staring into your soul now? Also his metal feet. I understand Foxy has metal feet, but on this one they didn't do that. In-game, the plushie doesn't have that, and if this is supposed to be the kind of plushie that is, why give him the metal feet? The people of Freddy Fazbear's are not going to market his metal feet and his missing hand and his big deadly hook. They're not gonna market that. They're gonna market this cute little thing. Not this. Also, his pirate hat is just a 2D little floppy piece of fabric, again, which you know I'm not a fan of, and overall, this one is the one that I could probably complain about the most. It's great, don't get me wrong, it's not the worst one they've ever made, but I don't know, I really don't know. Both the Foxies of this line have disappointed me quite a lot. Also, can we talk about how his hook is down and his hook is up? Why? But I feel like this one is maybe even a little bit better than this. I don't know what's going on here. There's just a lot wrong that they could have very easily done right. Funko is very popular for copy and pasting designs and models and all that. But they couldn't copy paste here. They copy pasted Rockstar Foxy. But I guarantee if they just took this, that's all they had to do, because it's the same that's what they did for the action figure. Same character, put a coat on it, put a pirate hat, you're done. If they did that with the plushie, I would have loved it so much. I would have absolutely adored a Foxy plushie where he just had a little coat and a hat, and that was it. Because that's basically what Captain Foxy is. He's just normal Foxy in a coat and a hat. But instead, they went and made this abomination. And by the way, his tag does say only at Walmart, but it's not the sticker that you normally think it is. It's actually a printed on thing onto the tag. So yeah, this line, great. This plushie specifically, not so great. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it's not my favorite. It's certainly not my favorite plushie. It's pretty cool. It's alright, and I love to have it in my collection because I love collecting FNAF plushies and just FNAF shit in general. But he's just he's iffy. I don't know how I feel about him. I don't know if I dislike him more than Grim Foxy or not. But you know, he's okay. He's alright. I can't say that he's great, but he's alright. Anyway, that's the entire line. I'm gonna keep all the tags on these. I've been doing that recently. I started doing that when I first found my restock Golden Freddy, which I'm sure some of you want to see that now that I've mentioned it. So I'll go grab it. Yeah, some of you might know me off of YouTube from being, I know I'm the first, but I don't know if I'm the only person, one of the only people to post a video online about actually finding restock Golden Freddy. A lot of people posted about it on like Instagram, but I'm one of the only people to actually make a video talking about it. And I know I'm the first one who did a video actually finding it, and a lot of people still call it a hoax, it was a fake. I don't want to do a whole another video trying to debunk this, but the tag, where is it in here? Funko LLC 2021. You can't read that on camera, but it's what it says. And I posted a video on Instagram trying to prove to people that this is real too. But, you know, a lot of people just still deny me. But I walked into Walmart, I grabbed it, put it in the cart, paid for it. I wish I still had the receipt, because that would be the ultimate proof right there. If I still had the receipt to this, that would be amazing. But he was restocked. I haven't seen him in decades, so don't go looking for him now, because you're probably not going to find him. But he was restocked, and I've only ever seen him once in Walmart. So, you know, I was just one of the very lucky few people to get their hands on a restocked Golden Freddy. But while we're on the topic of restocked, if you're still watching into this video, you obviously must like my channel. Did you see the video like 5 months ago talking about right after restock Golden Freddy, restock Toy Freddy? Guess what I finally got? Woo! Next video, we'll be talking about restock Toy Freddy and the fact that I didn't have Toy Freddy prior, and this is not a hoax. These two are my restocked boys. The rare ones that I didn't have. I didn't have Toy Freddy, and I did not have Golden Freddy. These two used to be really rare. They're probably not really anymore because, you know, they were restocked, but I'm still really happy to have these two. Anyway, that wraps up the video. If you want an early look, here's Jacko Bonnie, here's Dreadbear, and here's Glitchtrap. We'll be going over these in the next video I do on FNAF. I don't know. Depending on when they get here, I might do the video on Toy Freddy before I do the video on, the action figures. It just depends on when the action figures actually ship here. But anyway, I hope you all... I keep getting this message on the bottom, and I'm so used to seeing, your recorder ran out due to disk space, because I have a new phone now, and I'm so used to seeing a message that says your video stopped because your disk space ran out. It's just a message telling me that my phone might charge slower since I'm recording. But anyway, the video's over now, so, you know, as far as I know, these are everywhere. If you want to look for these, of course, they were all found at different places. This one was sent off of Amazon. Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy were found off, well, Chica, Bonnie, and this Foxy were found at Hot Topic, and obviously the Walmart exclusive one was found at Walmart, obviously. But I'm pretty sure they're all on Funko's website too, except for this one, you'd have to go to Walmart's website for it. They're on GameStop's website, pretty sure Hot Topics too. But if you're looking to buy them in person, GameStop and Hot Topic are the places I would highly recommend to look for these, because two of them were shipped online. Dreadbear and Jacko Bonnie were shipped online, but Glitchtrap I got at GameStop because Glitchtrap was the only one I didn't originally pre-order because I didn't really know if I wanted it or not. Anyway, God, I'm rambling on. 25 minutes. If you watched way into this video and you're still 25 minutes in, comment, 'tis the spooky season, so comment pumpkin, and I'll know that you watched to the very end, and I'll heart your comment. Might pin it. I don't know. Maybe. Do you want to be pinned? I'll pin you. I can only pin one person, though, so that might not work. Comment pumpkin, and I'll heart your comment. I might subscribe. I might subscribe. Might. I probably will. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you have a good day. And Klein Den, out.